Hello, my name is Tawny Broadber, and I'm the representative for the UN Women Multi-Country Office in the Caribbean, and it really is a pleasure to be able to share these remarks at the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange Ring the Bell. International Women's Day was on 8th of March. However, we celebrate this entire month of March as Women's Month. The theme for International Women's Day 2023 is Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. The hashtag Embrace Equity encapsulates this. What we need to really be able to unpack with these hashtags, with these themes, is what it means for people, what it means for our institutions, and what it means for development more broadly. When we speak to equity, what do we mean and how is it related to equality? Equity acknowledges the difference that exists between groups and understands the fact that we need to provide sometimes different measures to be able to empower groups that have been systematically marginalized in order for us to achieve equality. Gender equality in particular is one of the most reliable predictors of peace. Many of you would have heard the statistics from McKinsey that if gender parity in the workforce is met by 2025, we'd be looking at a 28 trillion contribution to the global GDP. Often, when we focus on these figures, the understanding of what the gaps are, we don't acknowledge as clearly the expensive nature of inequality, whether it be gender-based, whether it be age-based, socioeconomic class-based, ethnic or race-based. Equitable measures within the financial space and within this context will be critical in addressing the cost, that high cost of gender-based inequality. Financial literacy and investing for women is one equitable measure that should be used as an entry measure, a temporary special measure, which is spoken to by the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, as a means to achieve substantive equality. Too often in our schools, we don't have an opportunity to understand the workings of a stock market, to understand why it is important to invest in each other and ourselves. We don't understand the importance of investing funds in many different ways beyond real estate. This is not something that we are taught. And if we don't come from families that have an understanding of the importance of investment, that have an understanding of the workings of the stock market, we are often left to grapple for an understanding ourselves. Sustainable Stock Exchanges, IFC, and UN Women in 2022 published the report, How Exchanges Can Advance Gender Equality. Now, the paper was prepared in the context of the United Nations Sustainable Stock Exchanges Initiative in collaboration with IFC, the International Finance Corporation. Inputs were made by 71 experts from 52 countries and 52 organizations from 34 countries across the globe. These representatives made up the informal Sustainable Stock Exchange Gender Advisory Group. This group happened to be chaired by the head of the stock exchange in Jamaica. Caribbean women, again, leading the way. They had many different approaches to the ways in which gender equality should be integrated into a plan for stock exchanges. Some were exchange focused and others were market focused. And one key aspect was to enhance women's ability to invest, to focus on education for women that address the targeted offerings as well for women to get them more engaged in investing and financial literacy. There's some leaders already in this particular field in the Caribbean. It needs to be expanded. And we need to see this and women's entry into investment and strengthen financial literacy as a first step of getting more and more communities who have not had the opportunity to understand the importance of stock exchanges, to understand the ways in which there are opportunities for investment that go beyond only investment in real estate, so that they too can be a part of the financial growth and hopefully stability of the countries across the Caribbean and, of course, in Trinidad and Tobago. So if we're promoting gender equality, internally, because stock exchanges are going to be leading by examples, we also have to make sure that we promote financial literacy and investment among women. I believe this is the second Ring the Bell for Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. It may be the second or third that I have participated in. And what I would like to be able to commit from UN Women's part on this is that we stand ready to work closely and collaboratively with the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange to ensure that we deliver on this work plan that has been devised and can be adapted to ensure that we have the temporary special measures in place to make gender equality a reality, to make embracing equity a reality through specific targeted measures such as financial literacy and increased investment opportunities for women a reality. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day and look into the world when we will see more and more women investing in the stock exchange, understanding financial literacy, and through them, their children and their communities. We don't stop with women. We use women as an entry point to promote equality across communities and across countries.